Good morning.
Good morning.
Another emergency. Furniture emergency.
I just need to put my food in the fridge.
We need more furniture, JV.
What do you mean? We need more.
We need more hours.
Oh.
More production hours.
Yeah, you're doing it?
More cowbell. It's his fault. Get a shot at him.
How's that?
Why?
Oh, because the marketing's so good.
Bingo.
So,
Bingo.
how are we gonna do that?
We don't run weekends yet. We can run during the weekends. We need more tables. I think the number one thing that is going to prevent us from converting people, I think there is price sensitivity.
Wait time.
I think it's the wait. It's the wait times.
I think that's the big one too. Like if people want to buy one now, it's like a year wait, right?
Fucking A.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we fundamentally need more tables, more building, more cowbell.
Is the cowbell overtime for craftsmen we have, or is it hiring more people?
That's what I have to go get. Let's go over the cast of characters. We're gonna need Ian, COO, head of operations. We're gonna need Brianna, head of Massachusetts operations, and we're gonna need Troy, head of HR. We're gonna bring them in here.
Okay.
We're gonna solve the problem.
Cool.
I don't know what hollandaise sauce is.
Me neither.
But it's just creamy goodness. I have no idea what it's made out of.
Yeah. Oh, there's. Yeah.
Red shirt Ian.
Oh boy.
Where's your red shirt, Johnny?
I wasn't here last week. I must have missed it.
No, Johnny's not a production supervisor. He's a
Process engineer.
What are you? He's like a.
He's taking over investigations. Ian is passing the torch. Investigator John on the case.
It's like that race. I'm running. He's passing me the baton.
Weekend shift.
Oh.
We need to run the weekend shift, Johnny.
Wow.
Get it back. We need more production. We need
Chop's not
more.
chopping enough.
He's chopping a lot.
Chop's actually chopping too much.
Chop's chopping too much.
No.
It has too much to chop.
Hey.
There we go.
Chop needs to chop more.
Yeah.
Chop or no chopping.
You want to work the weekend shift?
No. That's an easy answer.
I mean, if we're running the weekend, we're gonna need 24-hour Wyrm Lyfe coverage.
Yeah?
For that
You'll
whole shift.
also
So
be here.
Yeah. Does that mean you're gonna be here?
Troy!
What's going on?
Do you want to work the weekend shift? Weekend shift. What would it take? What would it take for you, Troy, to work the weekend shift?
All I'd have to do is be asked.
Okay, so it's easy.
Wow.
So
No problems. Brendan, you're working weekends, baby. Sound good? Yeah, sure. Okay. This is easy.
Look at it.
See, you just say. Nicky. Good news, Nick.
I'm busy that day.
Okay, he's busy. Troy, we're gonna grab you. We're gonna grab Ian. We're gonna grab Rihanna.
Ba-da-ba-da.
Go this way.
Thank you.
It's hot in here. You're hot.
Nice in here. Toasty.
I just wearing a t-shirt. Cranberry.
Yeah, why don't they match?
Because apparently
Who
it's
did
impossible.
this?
The whole thing.
Apparently it's impossible.
Wow, you didn't even have the energy to get dressed this morning.
It was so nice too. Like I just woke up and I was just like, through the song.
Didn't have to tie your tie.
Oh my god. It's the suspenders. Going to the bathroom?
Can't you,
It
like-
becomes it's like a thing.
Oh, I thought you meant just like getting them on.
No, yeah. Sweat, like you got a layer, so you can't take your suspenders off, like because your suspenders are contained
In what?
in my
Sweater vest.
sweater vest.
Well, that's your fault.
Cardigan, my cardigan.
It's sweater vest.
What's the difference between? Anybody know the difference?
Cardigans
What's
are
it?
buttons. I think a cardigan buttons.
You think it's sleeves? You think it's buttons?
I think a sweater vest is like just like a sweater, like a pullover.
Troy, can you settle this, please?
Sure.
What is the difference between? What is the definition of a cardigan?
a cardigan is a button sweater
Okay.
and it is made of kind of like a heavier cotton or
Oh, you
heavier
think it's a
wool.
material? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it exclusively long sleeve, or is it long sleeve or short sleeve?
Long sleeve.
Let us know in the comments. There's two problems. There's a Broman problem.
What's the Broman problem?
We had a loss last year of like $1 million.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That means.
Specifically, did that come from?
Well, where did the loss come from specifically? It specifically came from a decrease in output. In 2022, thank you, we shipped a lot of prophecies. Prophecies had very, 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 very high price points.
Yeah,
And we had a lot of those.
There's like a decrease in the value of our output. Because whether we've actually decreased the physical output of board feet of lumber, probably not. It's probably gone up a little.
And then because then MGT was available, I think it started cannibalizing a lot of those high-end
We
sales.
capped ourselves.
A little bit. So we need to fundamentally increase output. There's another issue.
This is another Broman issue.
No, there's not a Broman issue.
Seems like these problems came along when Broman came along.
Only because we were so ignorant we didn't know they
Thank
existed.
you.
There it is.
Yeah. Ignorance.
They were there.
That was
They
our
were still-
superpower.
Back there,
Our
yeah.
superpower.
Ignorance.
Our superpower was we weren't aware. The other issue is a good issue.
Oh,
We are crushing it in our media, marketing, impressions, social engagement, all these things.
Yeah.
All on the back of, yes, JV and Jare are very talented. Okay. These people love the MGT, modular game table. They love our products. So millions of people are seeing our product and we're like, hey, if you like what you see and you want to buy it, join our email list. That email list is right now over 7,500 names long.
Okay.
To put it in perspective,
That's-
our first Kickstarter only had like 6,000 backers. There's effectively infinite demand for this table. Just meaning that the market demand, because the table's so hot, it's a great table. And when people see it, they want to buy it. The main problem is the turnaround time. Broman wants us to run faster to increase profitability. We have to run stronger, faster, harder. Wasn't that a song?
yep.
What was that?
Harder, better, faster.
Yeah.
stronger.
Daft Punk.
Thank you. We have to do that for Broman, and we also have to do that because there's millions of people that want our product. So I want to start ramping up, which means weekend shift. Bree, what are our current hours of operation?
Full hours of operation. People are in this building from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. the next morning.
So we're running 16 hours a day times 4 days a week. Boom, 64. If we ran Saturday and Sunday, how many hours could we This is where we have to start talking. Well, you could do a Friday, Saturday,
So
Sunday.
that's what we used to do. We
Friday,
used
Saturday,
to.
Sunday, 12-hour days.
That's what we used to do. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 12-hour days. We're trying to kind of think our way around that because having Friday set aside for maintenance, installs, development, meetings, that sort of stuff is very nice. It's very nice to have that sort of more free day where things aren't just like going 100 miles an hour. If we drop the Friday, then your 3 12s, you have to fit all those hours into 2 days.
Why don't you just make it part-time? Have them still work 2 10-hour days, but offer it as a part-time solution. There are plenty of people that don't want to work full-time.
We could do that. Yeah, I mean, this is sort of what I wanted to get into, is I think there's a lot of ways to skin this cat. There's also take our existing crew and just do either staggered shift or overtimes.
They kind of rotate around where it's like you've got a crew of people who cover all of those 6 days.
Is that as productive as it could be? We can spread our forces that we have now thin, but that does not solve the problem as we have holes to fill, potentially.
Potentially, so that's interesting. So our entire company is sort of transitioning. We used to have a lot of prophecy work. We used to have a lot of what we called legacy, which is like the small accessories, deck boxes and stuff. We're really becoming just a straight up furniture company.
Yeah.
So that means our existing workforce is out of balance to the upcoming reality. So there's going to be shifting roles anyway.
So another headwind to this, if we decide, oh yeah, we are doing this extra full shift on these days, we actually need competent operators for those, which you can't just get off the street.
Can I give you my idea? Just 'cause I love it so much. It's only for the hardcore. They do a 15 or 16 hour shift on Saturday. Do a 15 or 16. Whoa! slow down, Troy.
All right, get it.
15 to 16 hour shift on Sunday. So
Yep.
30 hours, you get paid for 40. You're done. You work 2 days a week, 5 days off.
At what point does fatigue set in and it is no longer safe to work?
Yeah, I mean,
For guys like me,
yeah, but
doesn't happen.
We're not hiring you. If you offer a Saturday, Sunday,
yeah, crazy shifts.
great guns, 30 hours for 40.
Love it.
We're going to have some of our production workers want to jump on that.
Yeah.
Right? That's now going to leave a lot of holes where we are.
Honestly, if people from the current shifts wanted to go to that shift, that's actually best case scenario
Yeah.
because there's more people left here who can then train new people.
Yes.
Yep.
Even if
Like-
they aren't superstars, the retention of the information they already have saves us more time and money than hiring somebody brand new,
Right.
taking somebody else who knows what they're doing, effectively stopping them in their productivity to then catch somebody else up to speed for however many days it takes, and then taking the risk that they might not work out, it might not be for them, or they might just not get it. And we wasted all that time and money and productivity of this competent person who had better things to do.
Yeah, no, I agree with Bree's assessment. Ideally, it would be mostly existing people moving to the weekend shift, bribed.
It would have to be a good
It's
brand.
going to take a little bit of lolly.
People value time off as much as they value money.
Yeah, fucking A.
So that 5 days off and 2 days work may be in and of itself enough of an incentive.
Right. I think there's a lot of ways we can structure things.
Yeah.
We could just go and say, hey, everybody in the shop, you have to work one weekend shift a month or something. You could cobble this together with very complex scheduling. I don't think the juice
That's
is worth the
messy.
squeeze. It's messy and people get...
No, because then you get
Butthurt.
people that call out when it's their time for the weekend shift because
Yeah.
they don't want to come in for the weekend shift. or
When
it's
someone
wacky.
calls out on the shift, like these
It is
people
going to
have
be
to be
detrimental.
incredibly reliable because you're losing half a week work out of someone if they're off a day. Problems will become much more hugely consequential if you're trying to do everything in 2 days.
So if you look at the 7,500 on the email list, what percent, arbitrary grab number, what percent do you think really want to buy a table?
We have millions of impressions. We have thousands of people a week contacting us to buy the table. So like, I believe we can double and double and double. Right now what our factory is set up to do, I think we're gonna sort of tap out around 150 to 200 tables a week.
That kind of brings up like the next sort of step. Obviously, we want to capitalize on as many of those as we possibly can, which if we're adding another shift, if we can go from 150, a third more than that, anything beyond that, we can't actually do no matter what until we build another factory.
Until we just
Right.
continue to scale up. Or you outsource. Just shut this factory down. Just saying that's what you're supposed to do.
Well, that's what everybody else.
That's what everybody does.
Right.
There's a reason, because that makes it very easy to scale up. I am not interested in fighting at the bottom of the barrel. You play the import game,
Yeah.
it's undercut, you're competing on price. We compete on quality, and we compete on innovation, and we compete on being the best. Our goal is to be the best. What we really may need to do, controversial, sorry, Wyrmlings, increase the price. If you increase the price, it actually solves both of these problems.
Right.
The profit margin goes up automatically.
Yep.
Suppresses your demand.
It suppresses your demand, and it makes it very easy to increase wages. There are other furniture companies noticing this that do outsource to China. IKEA is noticing this. There's big players that are noticing this. So what's going to happen is you're going to start to have big players outsourcing. They're going to be coming and undercutting. Our solution is actually just to increase prices. We just have to hold the high ground. I believe even if we are sort of skewing towards the high end, I'm telling you, we're fucking killing it. I do not believe the demand is the issue. Production is the issue. The bottleneck is production. Our efficiency is the issue. That's why I am pounding.
So
Lightly.
what
That was
does
a light
this
pound. Weekend shift! Fuck! Late for a meeting. Goodbye.
subplot?
So yeah,
I
Matt.
don't know. I don't even know if we can make this decision now that Doug's not here. About this whole weekend shift thing and all this.
Well, let me read
Pretty
something
mad.
to you. Sundays manufacturing. This is a Massachusetts law. Generally, manufacturers are prohibited from operating on Sundays without a permit. Additionally, manufacturers may petition the Attorney General for a temporary exemption from the day of rest laws.
See, this is the problem. When we started talking about running weekend shift, Troy started looking stuff up. We ran a weekend shift 12 hours a day
Yeah.
for like a year or two.
Sure.
We didn't have a permit.
Yeah.
Just because you don't get caught doesn't mean it's not a crime.
Yeah.
See that? Let me research this further.
All right, just don't talk to anybody.
All right. Like the millions of viewers we have on?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they won't say anything.
Okay.
They're cool.
All right.
They're cool.
Secret. What are you looking at?
That was a while ago.
More Massachusetts laws?
Yeah. I was just reading how goatees are illegal unless you obtain and pay for a license to wear your goatee in public. So you can't just be flashing that around.
Women and children. walking by.
Indecent. That is indecent. So we're working Sunday and everyone has to have a goatee.
That's it.
Everyone?
All right.
Everyone.
We could do it.
Bullshit.